I'm asking everyone who comes on this podcast to share some stories of times where self-doubt got in the way.
How much time do you got?
If I go back to the PhD program, I had so much self-doubt, so many limiting beliefs, and probably first among them was I wouldn't graduate. I would not be able to finish a dissertation. And that is potentially a crippling and self-fulfilling belief. The doubt is not helpful to you, and you can do so much more.
The expectations of Olympic athletes is that they never crumble. They're always strong, and they're the best in the world, and they're the strongest in the world. And that's the thing about swimming at this level, is that it is very physically, mentally, and emotionally taxing. And it's hard. You come to expect so much of yourself, and you don't think that you can do it, or you don't think you can live up to that. You think that an easier way out is just not to be around. I'm ready to just be done living.
I think a lot of people labor under this burden of comparing themselves to others and feeling like they don't measure up. I grew up in a context in which there were enormously gifted people all around me. By any measure, by any general measure, value was accorded more generously to those who brought more success. Fame, political success, economic success. People get excited when a United States Senator walks in the room. And then, by God, if a Hollywood celebrity comes in, it's even more so. And as a child, I struggled to make sense of that, even at a young age, starting to realize that to get the kind of attention that seemed to matter, I would have to become something I didn't think I could be.
I've been very fortunate to see greatness up close. My dad coached Magic Johnson in college. They won a national championship. And my grandfather is in the Worldwide Basketball Hall of Fame. I always felt a tremendous amount of pressure that I had to be great as well. And that's what a lot of my journey has been about, is trying to better understand myself and where that doubt came from and what was driving that doubt.
My father came to the United States in the 80s from the Bahamas. My mother was cleaning houses, and my father was working a series of somewhat odd jobs. I started in my head saying, well, there's no way that you could be successful because you don't have parents who are seen as successful in society. I could barely pass geometry in high school. You have to find someone to teach you in the way that you learn. Because once I did that, I was doing calculus, I was doing all kinds of things. I made it into aerospace school, and I went from an internship to being at NASA for 6 years. So I was good enough all along. I just had to step out of feeling like I was in this shadow of everybody else who was around me, who I thought was better for imaginary reasons that I made up in my mind.
I felt like so much of my life was spent hearing from people that they didn't believe in me, that they didn't think I could do something. I've suffered from imposter syndrome my entire life. That little voice that creeps up in your head, the little one that says, wait till they figure out that you don't really know what you're doing. That little voice is something that turns out most people hear at some point or another. I haven't figured out how to get over it, but I have figured out how to work through it and just live with it.
Has self-doubt ever really stopped yourself doing something big?
Yeah, of course. Still does.
I have self-doubt all the time.
Self-doubt.
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 I'm not good
enough.
I'm not always kind.
I'm not qualified.
I'm not an author.
I am incapable.
I have self-limited beliefs, difficult situations. I got them all, like anybody else. Our brain is ours. It should be a servant, not a tyrant. Because once your brain is your servant, life becomes beautiful.